I'm Mary.
And hi, I'm Keith. And this is Lily.
Together we moved onto Good Heart Acres, our property located in the high desert of southern Colorado, just outside of a small town called Wilsonburg.
We now live in a camper as we begin to homestead this 40-acre tract and begin to prepare for and build our unconventional housing. Welcome to our good adventure. Glad you are here.
Making this video was a challenge this time for two reasons. One, a quick trip to Billings turned out to be much longer than anticipated. And two, we were working with a new piece of camera equipment that turned out to be quite frustrating. Quite honestly, this somewhat put a damper on my usual joy in creating a new video. However, I can already see the improvement in the videos, and the issues we encountered on our trip are all fixed and have actually improved the quality of our crucial equipment. I guess you could say, nothing happens by mistake. Well, good morning. Right now we're on the freeway just outside of Billings. We drove to Billings and we have been having some car problems, and I'm going to let Keith explain that to you. So this is another one of those cases where you can't make plans, and if you do, other things happen. So anyway, I'm going to let Keith take the floor.
Okay, so came to Billings. We got to Billings last night, about 200 miles, 180 miles from before we got to Billings. We were pulling a hill. We had an empty trailer on, and the transmission started bucking when it went to downshift. And I mean, it was just shaking the truck like this. So we did some work with it. We found out that when we didn't have it in cruise, that it didn't do that. And now we are trying to, right now what we're trying to do is recreate it without the trailer to help troubleshoot it. So we're driving about 40 miles out of Billings and back on some major hills to see if we can recreate the same situation in cruise and help us to diagnose what the problem may be. The issue is whether it is internal of the transmission or whether it is an external sensor or control module that is telling the computer, telling the transmission what to do. So we're trying to determine that right now, and part of that, we realized that we've never taken a long trip with this truck since I rebuilt the engine and put it back on the road. We've never really taken this truck on the road without a trailer. So now we're trying to recreate it without a trailer to see if that'll help us figure it out. I'm in communications with another mechanic, my brother. Not right at the moment, but as we've been discussing this for the last a couple hours yesterday and a couple hours this morning, doing some research on how to do the troubleshooting. Part of my issue is that when I went to mechanic school, they didn't have computers in cars. So when you start getting computers and electronics regulating things, it takes me a lot of research to figure things out. I generally get them figured out. I haven't been to a real mechanic for, I guess I have, was not a regular mechanic here about a year ago, but they didn't figure anything out that I didn't figure out. So it's very hard for me to even know who to take it to, let alone what else to do if I can't figure it out myself. But it takes me a little bit of time to do all this. So right now we're going from Billings to Hardin, about 40 miles away, turning around and going back. drive into drive. We haven't been able to get it down into the lower gear, which is where it does it at, and that might be why we're not going to be able to recreate it in a and with an empty truck that won't have a big enough load on it to pull it down far enough. So just bear with us. We'll get into a little bit more of this as we go, and see if we can figure this out and get it so that we can drive back to Colorado
without breaking down.
With it repaired or determined that it can go the way it is, or whatever it may be. So the nice part about this is that because we lived in Billings I lived in Billings for 15 years. Barry lived in Billings a lot longer than that, but I have connections up here. I have other mechanics that I've dealt with up here. I have resources that I don't have yet in Wilsonburg. So this is a good place to have a breakdown in. But right now, the transmission seems to be running fine. And that tells me that it may be an external part of the transmission, not the transmission itself. So I take it's gonna lengthen our trip, unfortunately, because we wanted to get this done and get back down to Wilsonburg and get some more things done. But it is what it is. So we're trying to figure this out.
So, but I just want to say that you did go to computer school before as well, and that helped you, I think, a lot to understand the computer aspect of the issues.
And it does. It does help me. I've been to computer school. I know how to run major computers. But at the same time, there are several computers in a vehicle, and they all talk to each other. And you have to figure out which one's talking and which sensors talk to which computer, and how it goes, what the path is, whether it talks to one computer and then talks to another, that computer talks to another computer, or if it goes directly to the computer, or a specific computer, and that's all further it goes, or how it works. So we're dealing with two computers mainly in this situation. One is called the PCM, Powertrain Control Module. Some people call it an ECM, and the TCM, which is a transmission control module. Those are the two computers we're dealing with to try and get the communications and seeing what the communications are between them. So that makes things a little bit more complicated, but doesn't make it impossible. So we'll catch up with you in a little bit. We're going to continue to try and take this down the road, troubleshoot it, then we'll catch up to you in a little bit. These are the Friar Mountains.
Yeah, and this is usually not green like this. It's so pretty green, but it's usually kind of a yellowy brownish color. But this is because of the moisture that they've had here for a while. It's just unusual. It reminds me of Ireland or something. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying out my new gimbal. So I'm hoping that videos are less shaky with this new gimbal. All right. So good morning. So this is a few days later. I can't remember what the last thing we recorded was, but it's been a very confusing few days. So I'm just going to try to update you. We are in Billings right now. We just wanted to run up here and we were hoping this would be the last load, but it's not. But we're so close to the end. We got all loaded. We had a few problems out at the storage unit, and I couldn't film, which is what I was planning on doing. But anyway, we had a bigger problem before that on our way here, which I think Keith explained about the transmission in the pickup. And so yesterday he spent all day troubleshooting, and well, actually the day before he researched with his brother about the sensors, because they suspect that that's what the problem is. It's not, because as long as we're not pulling, he can explain this much better than I can, but as long as we're not pulling something up a hill, the truck works fine. It doesn't do anything. And so they don't think it's the transmission. They think it's some sensors, and Keith spent all day yesterday working on that and replacing some sensors. So yeah, and so we completely loaded the flatbed, and today we're going to tarp it. And so it's a huge tarp that we're going to put over it, and that I will show you. I'll film that, and among other things. But anyway, we've been consumed by this problem, and among other things, and so that's why the lack of filming. And this has been a very time consuming. We were just wanting to come up here really quick and get back, but this has really eaten up a lot of time and energy. So anyway, that's how it is when you're doing what we're doing. And so, but it's okay. We made it through, and I think we're going to be okay. So I just thought I'd update you a little bit. This is what's left in the storage unit in Billings, Montana. next day after tarping our load. And we're on the road right now, headed for Sheridan. We had to cut our filming short yesterday. Somebody there was uncomfortable with filming, so we were just being respectful. Keith, I'm not sure what I've said in the videos already. This has been a very confusing trip, and I think Keith talked about what our car problems were, and we've fixed that, and I'm going to let him tell you what he did.
So we did a lot of research online because I'm not real familiar with the electronics of these vehicles. When I learned how to be a mechanic, there were no computers in the vehicles. I might have already said that, but so it took us a little bit of time to figure it out. And there were 2 sensors that we replaced. Unimportant probably what they are, but one was a throttle position sensor and the other one was a vehicle speed sensor. And almost immediately I could tell a difference in the power of the vehicle. I wasn't sure about the shifting because we couldn't recreate the shifting problem without a trailer on. So yesterday after replacing them, the day before yesterday, we tarped this truck or this trailer, and we took it for a test drive. Actually, we are down to where we turned around at right now, about 40 miles out of Billings. Came all the way down to this log side. The truck stopped, turned around and went back, and everything absolutely worked perfect. So we're doing well. It's going to be a lot cheaper, thank goodness, that we had sensor problems instead of transmission problems like we initially thought we were going to have. There was a difference of about almost $4,000 difference because we fixed it for $50 instead of $4,000. So that was good. I did have some help with my brother. He's my backup person. He doesn't live here at this point, but I can talk to him on the phone and he can get on and research things when I don't have a computer available because I'm underneath the truck or whatever. And he helped me to troubleshoot all this and figure out what sensors to replace. So anyway, we are on the road now, headed to Colorado, and everything is working well. We've already traveled 40 miles, and with all the luck that we're having, we did have to extend our stay by 2 days, but that's still, even with the cost of the hotels and the food and everything, is a lot cheaper than replacing the transmission. So we did well, and yeah, we are headed back to Colorado with a full load, and I mean we are full. So yeah, maybe you'll see the front.
Huh?
I'm just saying to them, maybe we'll just see the front.
There's our tarp job from the back of the...
What I see in my mirror.
Yeah, that's the rear view mirror view, I guess. And we got a sleeping dog in the back. Well, you can see she has lots of room. She loves going on these trips with us. So, yeah. Anyway. Keith's brother, his name is Paul. He's going to be moving onto our property in the old camper. And he's going to help us with our housing that we have. And as well as other things. So he'll probably be part of the videos from time to time. We both have brothers named Paul. So, shout out to my bro. So, anyway, we'll keep you updated. This trip was kind of ate up a lot of time. for us, which we're really excited about getting started on the housing. But it seems like we keep getting delayed.
But we do have one more trip up here to make. So that'll be probably end of June, 1st of July, something like that. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, maybe 4 weeks. We'll see how it goes. So we have one more load up here. And it's not so much a load of this, we also have a trailer and a car up here.
So this video might be mostly us talking in the car. I don't know, because of all our situation, but like I said before, it's one day at a time, in the moment. We don't know what to expect. Every time we relax, something happens. But you know, everything seems to always work out, and we're just trusting the universe right now, and that's about all we can do. But that's all right. So we'll see what happens next.
Okay, everyone, we're here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We had a pretty good drive down here, and the truck ran fine. Everything ran fine, and we got about, I don't know, quarter mile from our destination to a hotel room, and I heard a pop on the trailer. I didn't know it was on the trailer at the time, but I thought I blew a tire, and no, it wasn't that simple. We had now we're stuck here in Wyoming. That was just last evening. Now we're stuck here in Cheyenne while we get the trailer repaired. I'm going to try and show you what the trailer did. It basically broke a piece on the spring of the trailer. I don't know exactly what the piece is called. I'm calling it a shackle connector. It's not the shackle itself, but it is a connector that connects the spring to the shackle because of the way this trailer is designed. I'm going to go around the trailer, and I'm going to show you the tarping job we did, and then I'll show you what we did, what broke on the trailer. Try to show you the side that's working right, and show you the side that broke. Here is the trailer. Bear with me, the sun's coming and going in the clouds today, so I'm not sure how the lighting is on this, but it'll come and go. It took us quite a while to get this tarp done. And it still is not, it's a one-time tarp job. These tarps are not made like trucker tarps that are reusable. We've already put holes in it in this 500-mile trip down here, but it's going to hold up, I think, until we get to Colorado. So yeah, so now let's show you these wheels. See the space here? That's what's supposed to be. Now it's a little bit closer here today right now, simply because I have it off the trailer or off the truck. But down here, I don't know if you can see this piece right here, and there's another one up here. And how that fits on. See if I can get a closer look at it for you. Right there. And over here. And it hooks on to this piece here. This piece right here. Together. Right here. See if I can get my finger back in there. Right there. Hooks on. One of these pieces broke. It looks like this one's getting ready to go. I never noticed this when I was working on the brakes, but it looked like some rubber bushings have come out. Let me show you this other side now. This piece right here. See it? It's supposed to go up here. It's supposed to go right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. But these two, there's one in the front, one in the back, that have broken off. The other side's still attached, but they hold each other together, so we got to get that fixed and repaired. And I don't know, we're going to try and see if we can find someone to repair it this time. Instead of me doing it, I can do it. But if they don't have the parts and we have to drive clear down to Fort Collins to get the pieces, then we're going to end up having to repair it ourselves, and we ended up spending an extra day here. So we're shut down for the day. Nobody's open because it's a Sunday, so we had to wait. We have to wait an extra day until tomorrow till people open up. So we'll see how this goes. We will see how it goes. So yeah, we're having real challenges on this trip, but that's okay. That's part of it. We've decided that we were supposed to slow down, and I hadn't had any time off since the time we left Colorado going up to Billings. I hadn't had any downtime other than visiting with one friend, and so today we took a down day, just did leisurely. Mary's upstairs right now in the hotel room working on a computer, and I'm just giving you a quick film of that. We'll know more tomorrow, and we'll keep you updated and show you what's going on tomorrow, and see what happens. What I said to you was, did you ever doubt that I'd get it off?
Yes, I doubted you.
Why?
I don't know.
You always get it done.
You do, yes.
Oh, good morning, everyone. We did make it back to Walsenburg yesterday. We were so tired when we got back. We left early enough to get through Denver before the rush hour, and we were so tired we just took a nap and took the rest of the day off. But things turned out pretty good for everything that happened. The trailer made it without a problem. The truck made it without a problem. We think we got the truck repaired. We still have some work to do on the trailer, but I just wanted to show you a couple things here as we go around. We're filling up the water tank right now. We have to do some maintenance here while we're here, and just wanted to show you if I can get a picture of it. Mary's plants turned out all right. We were a little concerned about that simply because of the gone so long. We didn't know if they were going to keep or not with no water. Apparently we got some rain while we were gone, and So yeah, they turned out pretty good. Everything's on the up and up. Everything's doing well. We made it back to the homestead. And feeling pretty good about things. There's the trailer sitting over there. It's looking pretty good.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, hit the thumbs up, leave comments. See you in the next video.
Begin to prepare for and build our unconventional housing. Glad you are welcome to the Good Adventure. Glad you are here.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Good Adventure.
Glad you are the Good Adventurer.
Okay.
Hold on, let's see. Welcome to our Good Adventure.
Okay.